Good morning, good afternoon, and of course, good evening, traders from across the globe. Thank you for tuning into my 2440th edition of Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar Carboni. And boy, let me apologize for yesterday's call. How bad was that? Number one on the board. Boy, was I really wrong for shorting this thing on Tuesday. You know, we're up like 23,000, well, more than that for the year so far. Last June, just June alone, we made 23,000 trading Omni. Those are one-lot trades, right? We calculate one lot. Well, I didn't trade one lot today. I traded more than that, and it was really, really bad. So, sorry, cats. I mean, I don't know what to say. Listen, don't blame Omni. That was a pure Oscarism trade. That was totally on my stupid ass. I'm sorry, kids. But hey, it cost me a little fortune, too. A little down payment on like a sports car or something. But hey, I plan on getting that back tonight and tomorrow if I can get a fill. So let's look at what's going on. First of all, because of what I just told you, never trade without stops, because my stop got hit and it still cost me an arm and a leg. You know what I mean? The way these markets gyrate today. But why I'm smiling is because so what? It's a day. We're day traders. We win, we lose. I don't plan on losing the next day I trade or the next fill I get. But these things will happen. So put your stops in. Put them in first. And my apologies for pulling a bad Oscarism on you guys yesterday. It wasn't an Omni trade. Don't blame my Omni. So, number one on the board for trading on Wednesday, that is the 20th of July. Yes, I was wrong for shorting on Tuesday. I promise I won't short it on Wednesday. Number two on the board, the ES, the Dow, is above resistance, the same resistance I showed you in the video last night. It is now above two moving averages. And I promise you, Wall Street notices that like they did today. And Ethereum is at a really interesting juncture right now. Number three, it's kind of following the E-mini S&P, and it's in the same sort of spot. If you recall, I showed you a big resistance line and an average that were hit at the same time in the E-mini S&P, NASDAQ, Russell. Well, you've got the same instance going on right now in Ethereum, and I'll show you that chart. Last night, I showed you Chart Masterpiece. Turns out to be Chart Master Putts, but usually my Chart Masterpieces aren't so bad. That one, I just want to rip it up and step on it. I want my money back. Anyway, so Ethereum looks interesting. We'll see what we can do there. But I don't care how high this rallies for now. Do not fall in love with the upside remains valid. The bigger picture is the Fed is still raising rates. We still will have to adjust lower when they do raise rates. We're in a huge bear flag at the moment. Usually bear flags at the end of their lives end up going lower. Right on time for next week when the Fed meeting comes. So all of this slowly is probably pointing towards rally until the Fed meeting, and then woof, once they raise, there's nowhere else the market can go, right? So that's probably what's going on. We're day traders. We take it one day at a time, just like we're doing now. We expect the market to move up tomorrow. Omni is a buyer of dips in E-mini S&P, NASDAQ, and Russell. Just wanted to let you know about that. So traders, seriously, June we made 23 grand. We're up a lot this month. We're not going to have winning days every day. But if you would like to follow my trading recommendations, when I'm going to get in and get out of these markets, join the Platinum Recommendation membership at livewithoscar.com. The last thing I'll tell you about before we look at these charts is OmniCamp is coming September 8th through 12th. I've got one person who I have approved, and there's only 2 seats left I am going to approve. Send in your applications. I don't just approve the first one that comes in, that's for sure. I go over these applications. I call back the ones I'm interested in, and if I like the conversation and think you're ready, I'll invite you to fill one of the last 2 seats open. That is OmniCamp here in Las Vegas, September 8th through 12th. You will come into Vegas on a Thursday evening, check in. You will be picked up Friday morning, brought to my office. I will train with you all day Friday, all day Saturday, all day Sunday, all day Monday, and I'll send you home with a brand new laptop programmed with everything we are going to learn together over that long weekend. That's called OmniCamp, September 8th through 12th. Go to omnibootcamp.com right now and fill out your applications, and I'll personally call you back and see who qualifies. Traders, remember, like I did today, I put my stops in. I kept my emotions out. My fingernails look the same. I didn't yell at anybody. I'm in a happy mood. I did get slapped around, but having a stop in makes me feel as if I traded like a professional and I just had a losing day. That was Tuesday, right? We don't expect that Wednesday, but these things happen. So remember, first place your stop and then say this to yourselves over and over again so you do not make emotional decisions in your trading. And by now you should know what that is. Stops are in. Emotions are out. Traders, thanks for tuning in. Now let's go look at some charts.
Is if you're serious about trading, and if you're really, if you're really ready to put yourself into the situation where you want to look at markets and be involved with this type of business, there's only one person to go to. And why that is because his system works.
Traders, the mini Dow last night, I was so proud of this chart. It was chart masterpiece, remember? Because we had this green bar didn't exist. Just the red bar was there, which went up, hit the average, turn around, dump below the big trend line. Looked like all the information we'd ever need, right? Well, turned out to be the market went up and it's chart master putts instead. Sorry, kids. However, look what happened. We are now above the trend line, right? Which doesn't usually happen. And we're above this 50-bar moving average, which you know ignites Wall Street. So OMNI's bullish. We're above the average. We're above the trend line. I say, let's go with the OMNI and see what we get. S&P. Now, the S&P, it's above the resistance line, the big red line. This is today's bar, Tuesday's bar. It's above resistance. It's above this average and this average. So above the 50 for sure, which is this one, and the street knows about that. And the OMNI is green. So once again, let's go with buying the dips in E-mini S&P for trading on Wednesday. And then I promised you to show you the Ethereum chart. Now, if you recall, the last 2 days I've been putting charts in front of your eyes for E-mini S&P, NASDAQ, Russell. And what did they have? A really long trend line that kept getting hit and dropping the market, right? And then we got up to that trend line yesterday, and we tried to get above the average. It didn't work. That was yesterday. So it looks like Ethereum is 1 day behind the stock market, which means Ethereum should pop out of here on Wednesday and get above this average, because that's exactly what I just showed you in the S&P. So that's what we're looking for. Ethereum looks like another buy, especially if we can get above this red trend line. Maybe the buyers will come in and stop playing around and we can get Ethereum out of this mess. Now, if you are somebody who follows Investors Business Daily, you would call that a cup and handle, wouldn't you? That's what they're going to call it for sure. So you might have a cup and handle as long as we can get above that resistance. You should have some upside coming in your Ethereum, but it has to get above this resistance first. Otherwise, like it always does, it will fail there and dump. Getting above the resistance is key. We will find out on Wednesday. Traders, good luck out there. Put your stops in first and come join me at livewithoscar.com.